I'm joined now by the voice of the Vols, Bob Kesling. Bob, thank you for joining me here in very humid Tampa. Yeah. We were just talking about, it's kind of unique that this tournament is down here in Florida instead of in Nashville. What, though, is special about when Tennessee plays in Tampa?
Well, the last time Tennessee played here, they got to the finals. They lost to Mississippi State. But they have had some success here in Tampa. But this is a different tournament. When you look at the field, how competitive the top four teams are, is there going to be a sleeper? Is an LSU or a Mississippi State or something like that going to sneak up and maybe make a run? So this is a very competitive field, and I think there are a lot of teams in this league. You got 5 teams that are tied for 5th, and all those teams think they need to be in the NCAA tournament, so they're going to want to win. So I think it's going to be a heck of a weekend.
The last time the Vols were seated this high at number 2 was 4 years ago. What has been so special about this year's team particularly to get that number 2 seed?
I think the one thing about this team, and Coach Barnes keeps talking about all the time, they keep getting better. When Tennessee had a really rough start to the SEC season, and suddenly all these freshmen start growing up, and the guard play gets better, and suddenly Zakai Ziegler is a guy that's an impact player, and Kennedy Chandler starts getting better at the defensive end of the floor, and Santiago Vescovi starts knocking down shots. So this team, I don't know what the ceiling is for this team. I think when you're playing Brandon Huntley Hatfield and Jonas Adu, these guys are getting better with every practice, with every game. So I would think there are a lot of teams out there that don't want to see Tennessee coming up on their bracket.
Speaking of freshmen, Zakai Ziegler, as you mentioned, he won the All-SEC Defensive Team of the Year, first freshman to do it, only 4th Vol to do it. What has shocked you the most about how he's played this latter half of the season?
That he should be in high school, getting ready to go to prom right now, and here he is leading one of the top teams in college basketball. And you look at him and you think, the first time you see him out there, you think he's the ball boy or something because he's so small. And then suddenly he's like a dynamo. I mean, he's all over the place. He's a pest. He's a guy that you can't get around him. And, he's fearless and he's tough. And he plays in the passing lanes, and he disrupts everything, and he knocks down shots. He's the best free throw shooter in the SEC. It's just amazing what he has done for this team and the package he brings to Tennessee. And I think it's the competitive spirit and the confidence he brings to this team when he comes on the floor.
What does Kennedy Chandler bring to this team?
Kennedy Chandler brings a lot of skill. His assist to turnover ratio is tremendous. He's well over 100 assists. And he can score, and he's fast. And, when he and Ziegler get going defensively, I don't think they get enough credit. I mean, they're both up at the top of the league in steals. So they get in the lane, they disrupt you, they knock the ball away, they steal, they convert at the other end. And, Kennedy Chandler, to me, has never played like a freshman. He's played like a guy that's been around. He's not fazed by anything, plays with a lot of poise, and for the most part, takes care of the ball when you need him to.
Why could this Tennessee team specifically have the best shot at winning the tournament in, what you said, 79?
Yes, yeah, believe it or not, Tennessee has not won this tournament since 1979. Bert Bertelkamp, my partner on the radio, was the point guard on that team, and he reminds everybody that he's the last guy to get a ring from playing in this tournament. I think why Tennessee is a dangerous team in this tournament, they've got guards. I mean, everybody in the NCAA tournament's looking for guards. Well, Tennessee's got 3 good ones, and then Josiah Jordan-James is one of those guys, you don't really know if he's a guard or a forward, but he handles the ball and he can shoot it. And then you got size inside. You got guys that protect the rim. So they got a lot of ingredients that you like. They've got down low, they've got 20 fouls because they got 4 bigs. So you can play aggressively. And if one guy gets in foul trouble, okay, we'll put another guy in there. So, they got a lot of things that work for them, and they got a lot of pieces that right now are fitting together pretty good.
Well, let's hope for a Tennessee win and no broken face for John Fulkerson, right?
Get through it healthy and be ready for the NCAA tournament.
Thank you, Bob.